Pump.fun. Yeah.
Welcome to the show. This is the Moon Boys podcast. My name's Theo, and today I'm joined by RomReactor. How's it going today, Rom?
Good. I'm ready to pump.
Excellent. Yeah, and we are live on Pump.fun and Zora today, as well as YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and X. So everybody, welcome in.
Pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Let's see. Did our
So
token
Rom's
pump?
going to try to find our stream on Pump.fun right now.
Moon Boys. Yeah. My fingers are cold from the snow.
Of course, nothing here is financial advice. We're not financial advisors, just some guys on the internet. There we are.
Nice.
We're on Pump.fun, 3.8K market cap.
Oh, who got out?
Rom keeps buying and not selling, so great job there, Rom.
Who sold over here? Bastard.
And we were just looking at the Saylor Tracker as well as we were doing in the Patreon last week. So there's some new orange dots coming up on the Saylor Tracker, and we were just discussing whether it's better to hold a Bitcoin ETF or holding MicroStrategy. So what are your thoughts on this, Rom?
Yeah, so I mean, this is like, I personally would recommend doing personal private custody through a hardware wallet. But of course, we have our older generation, like my parents, maybe people that just want to take advantage of keeping all your taxes in one place, like through an exchange. So there's ways to buy stocks, right? And now you have MicroStrategy, which is a leveraged play, and then you have an exchange trade fund, which is a kind of like you're getting a one-to-one backing, as long as they held one-to-one always, right? They didn't get hacked or something, right? I mean, similar with Saylor as well. But yeah, so Bitcoin has that risk where like any third party, if they lose their private custody of their coins or to an extent can't afford the leverage in Saylor's case to pay for all of it, and they have to start selling. Yeah, you have those risks when you're investing in the stock versus holding Bitcoin as just yourself. And that when that event happens, I'm not sure if in Saylor's case you get your Bitcoin back. I'm pretty sure in ETF's case you would get your Bitcoin back in whatever share at least you have of it. So depending on the stocks to Bitcoin ratio, right? However they set it up. But yeah. So I think it's pretty easy and reliable solution to just pick a couple of the big ETFs that I think Ivan has it in his what is this, the bullmania.com for free. He even
the Bullmania terminal.
Yeah, so Ivan is pretty cool at providing this for free, and in the Bullmania terminal you can see all the ETF inflows. And I mean, yeah, pick the biggest ones. I think one of them is BlackRock, the other one is I'm not sure what but yeah, let's say BlackRock, right? That one, BlackRock company will never go out of business. They have an ETF. If you have a parent that might have stocks in their company or might want to build a retirement fund and diversify, you could purchase a little bit of that ETF. And this is a perfect time while Bitcoin is going through this crazy correction.
Yeah, I see all the different ETFs here. So which is the Bitcoin ETF?
Yes, there's one where he had like the inflows and outflows. That one would show you everything. I believe it was like in the dash portfolio. No. Where does he have it? Maybe it's in like, you just have to go to the main page. I think it's like bullmania.com/charts or something like that. But
stocks, commodities, portfolio, crypto. Yeah, we can type Bitcoin under ETF and see if we can find one. So iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF looks like the top one here, and then Fidelity, Grayscale, Bitwise.
Yeah. So iShares is the top one. So that's like BlackRock right there.
Yeah. They're all bearish on the weekly. What about on the monthly? Ooh,
no, it's the whole point of it is like some people when they're working, like they might have it in their 401ks. If they could customize it that way, then you would DCA that way. While you're working, you could get a % into it. Or let's say you have corporation stocks, you might not be able to sell your stock all at the perfect time. But let's say the company allows you to sell the stock this month or next month, and you could sell some of that and use that proceeds, at least a portion of it, to get yourself some iShares ETF, that way on your exchange. And of course, you could just wait and funnel your personal trading account on and wait for like some kind of bottom really happens with Bitcoin, 200 moving average, for example. Then you could start buying it that way as well. Of course, they're all going to be bearish until then, and then eventually they will flip bullish. You don't know when that is going to happen, and I think it's a perfect strategy for anybody. Doesn't matter if you're reaching your retirement age before, you're just starting out in the field, you graduated. It's a very good idea to have a percentage of Bitcoin.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily agree about this idea of using a ledger or a cold wallet or a hard wallet these days, because they're so annoying. Like, I had to stop using my ledger because it was so annoying. It would time out every like 2 minutes. You have to touch these little buttons, because nowadays you can actually hold Bitcoin on wallets like Phantom and MetaMask and things like that, right? So the ability to actually hold Bitcoin on chain on web accessible wallets has become so much easier. Like, even just a few years ago, we had to use Unisat wallet, which was super annoying, but now you can just hold it on Phantom or even MetaMask now, right? So I think that's a lot more accessible for, like you mentioned, someone who might be elderly or just getting into crypto. It's a lot easier just to load up Phantom and just trade Bitcoin directly in there, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the kind of like the steps you go to get deeper into. But like to start off, most people have stock portfolios, well, whether it's Robinhood or one of those zero fee trades, or whether you're in the corporate space, like I said, and you're just dealing with like IRAs, Roth IRAs, like 401ks, and you want to get into Bitcoin. Those guys, they might not like have Bitcoin directly, for your retirement fund. And the best bet for you is probably to get an ETF from there before you even get into custody. And then, if you have custody, this is debatable. If you really trust your surroundings, usually those wallets are just extensions on a browser, so it's just JavaScript code filled with libraries. I mean, as long as you trust all those team members, or you get like a Trezor, which I just got recently. It's a nice one. It is a touchscreen. It still makes you put the pin like once every a while, but it's a little bit better than Ledger, I would say, in terms of that. I know exactly what you're talking about. It times out very quickly.
Yeah.
The Ledger does have a little touchscreen. It's cheaper. And it has an added feature, which, again, it isn't convenient, but for people like me, it's super nice, where you could link it to an SD card, and you have to have the micro SD card and the pin to unlock it. Of course, you could turn that feature off. And as long as you have the seed phrase, hey Burbs, how you doing? As long as you have the seed phrase, you'll be able to recover anytime, even if you lose your SD card and you forget your pin, right? So the most important thing is you write down your seed phrase, then you just you need to have a little nice tool that could connect, and you could send Bitcoin to an exchange to trade, basically, right? That's what we do. And if you want to keep it in a MetaMask, I mean, I don't think you need to have Bitcoin in MetaMask or Phantom. It kind of is pointless because you can't really do anything with it.
You can just hold it. Yeah, exactly.
So you might as well have a hardware wallet at that point anyway. But if you don't want to have a hardware wallet, you could just have a Trust wallet on your iPhone. You do the same thing.
Trust wallet works as well too, I guess.
Yeah, anything like that.
Yeah. So we're holding the 100 weekly moving average. Is that what I'm seeing here? This purple line that you had on Bitcoin?
Yeah. That's what the market makers have been holding for now. The moment they stop, it's going to go back down to price discovery to the downside, and that's going to be looking closer to the 200.
Yeah, it looks like. Where's the 200 here? On the 200 week?
Right below. No, I mean, the first is going to be the daily, but then in the long run, it's probably going to go to the week.
Yeah, the 200 daily is up here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're looking. You were looking at the weekly. I got mixed up. Okay, yeah. So it goes to the 200 weekly. Yeah.
So 200 weekly is way up here at the 105, right?
It's down.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I see. Yeah, I've got it all mixed up.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, because my Moonboys indicator is like hard coded just for the daily, so it doesn't scale with the time interval. So maybe I'll pass it off to you, and you can share with us what you're looking at.
Yeah. I was just setting up mining on my computer really quickly, but I'm looking at right now basically just the Bitcoin chart. This is just a Fibonacci if I zoom out levels, right? That I drawn from the prior cycle. At this point, they're kind of irrelevant because we topped out. Looks like. I mean, they would play a role again, but you could just recreate it. You know what I'm trying to say, from this top to whatever bottom we're gonna reach. So, for now, basically, I just have this chart as this level is key resistance. If we do go back up to retest it, because it was holding support for so long and it was resistance for a good places. So 1.618, which was the level that we really make it or break it for us. We might retest it. So we have a couple things going for us on a weekly chart. Looking at trend indicators, you know, the SAR is still bullish, and that's could be a fake out. And I did that before in the past, like here, for example. This was that where Ivan got out in October. SAR did have a fake out. And it was a very, very like how you say, bad one, because when following trend indicators, you kind of have to also have other things in play. And Ivan did it beautifully here, where he had experience in his blood from you know, from a long time, and he saw the fake out, and he was already getting out. You know, I didn't see it just because I didn't have the experience. Now I kind of do, but obviously this is what we get, and this is what we're trying to teach you guys, so you guys could learn. But yeah, make sure to keep in mind that trend indicators are not always 100%. So here it's still holding a bullish support, but you know, the bearish resistance did also align right here at the 50 weekly exponential moving average. I like to use exponential because it's a little bit smoother, especially when you do it with logarithm chart. But yeah, so we got rejected, smacked down right away. We did flip to bullish, but it doesn't really matter because it was right on this 50 MA and we got smacked down. That should be a sign right there that instead of, if it would have been a bullish call, it should have broke it and went above, right, to retest this 1.618. Sorry for being a little bit long, but now we're seeing this bearish play out. We're holding this weekly exponential 100 exponential moving average at the moment as support. This was a big support the market makers held to basically recover the price upwards to this level. Even did they just all get out and is this going to go lower until now everybody's buys back in, or are we going to hold this SAR and go back? That is the only trades that I see out on the table for bulls is this level if it holds.
No, please do. I've got this huge chicken I'm going to try to eat while you talk. But should I jump into the trenches? I've been like cooking up the trenches the last few days. Cooking up in the trenches. So I can just share a few things I've been looking at really quick. If you're done with the Bitcoin analysis, let me know.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. You know, like we have that SAR level 81K. That's the last bullish thing. And guys, don't be blind. Put your stop losses on that level. You know, if it doesn't hold, you're better off getting out at 80K rather than like getting scared. You know, get some money out so then you can rebuy it at another support level, which is way better, like 200 weekly exponential moving average, which is currently sitting right at the previous kind of like super big yearly consolidation that we had. This is a big level. We had a crazy fight here to even get here. So we spent the whole year, people just buying, selling Bitcoin. New holders hold, new holders hold. You know what I'm trying to say? Now they're all out, and they're going to get retested. Now it might break. Obviously, nothing might hold. We might dip all the way to the bottom level again. You know, here to this bottom range of this level. But this would be a golden buying price, really good price buying zone right here. This gray box, which coincides with the previous all-time high. To the correction over the 0.786 level. Now, will we go to the 0.618, which we could? So we could actually go here. So, and
then I've still got this box here between 50 and 40 that I'm shooting for.
Yeah, so
we're below the 44 here. So yeah, bearish setup for Bitcoin. Hopefully, get some nice entries down there. I'll be throwing the kitchen sink at it.
Yeah, so you could start DCAing like literally this whole time here. You could just
I already have, yeah. I'm back. But not much, like just a slow drip, just to keep me in the market, just to give me some dry powder so that I can play around in the trenches.
Yep. And remember, and like, you know, there's going to be real opportunity for altcoins because those things have been so hammered that, yeah, you want to hold Bitcoin, but keep an eye on like what the altcoins are doing as Bitcoin is recovering. We never really even had an alt season. like we did kind of have like a meme season and Pump.fun and a lot of Solana had its really nice alt season there. But in terms of like serious companies, like an ICO boom with corporations with new protocols, like how we seen in like 2019, we didn't really have. What we had was just like people making up like fake stuff and just marketing it basically.
Yeah, it looks like alt-season indicator only briefly spiked in December of 2024 and then in September of 2025.
Yeah, so that could be like alts. I have a bag of alts that I'm still holding for that reason. It's just they're so depressed. Like it doesn't make sense for me to. I mean, if I take a stop loss on them, get the cash out, but then it's like I might as well average out to them. But if they do survive, it'll be a really good play.
Yeah,
it's a risk, high risk, high reward. But what do you think about that, Theo? Are you accumulating any alts or keeping an eye on any alts at the moment?
Yeah, I do keep up with the alts because I'm in the Ivan on Tech Discord and I help those guys out with their trenching a lot. So like there's Moby Screener, of course. Penguin was the big play this week. There's other animals like retarded chicken and stuff like that were popping off. You can see here retarded chicken is number 2 trending on Dex Screener. There's also Claudbot, Dale. There's a little hamster named Dale. There's Penguin Vamp attacks like Nihilist Penguin versus the Nietzschean Penguin. So yeah, there's a lot going on in the trenches this week. I've been playing a ton of stuff with the Ivan on Tech Discord, also known as the Bullmania Discord. So,
but you're only investing in meme coins still, right? Nothing from like you're not looking into actual teams.
No, I don't strictly go meme coins. Like for example, with this one Ghost, this one was not a meme coin. It's a Ghostware OS, right? So I don't differentiate. Like it could be a creator coin, it could be an AI agent, it could be a meme coin, doesn't matter. Like they're all coins. Am I trading majors as well? Sure, yeah, I'm trading Zora, Ethereum, Hype, Bitcoin, like all different types of things, right? So I don't keep it strictly to memes. But the one I really did okay on today was this Mac Mini. So I think there was like a 4x on this thing. We got in pretty early. I'm up like 2 Solana on this. This is really nice. There's Claudbot. This one was related to the Mac Mini. So running Claudbot on a Mac Mini, that's sort of the thing. So they're related to each other. There's the Moonboys token, of course. That's like a creator coin from some guys on the internet. And then Ghostware, I just mentioned this, just got into this, and I'm currently down 27%. Most of these looks like I'm down, with Nihilist Penguin being the worst one so far. Dale's a bit down, retarded chicken's down. So keeping an eye on a lot of these. But one thing I've learned is to not overtrade them, right? So best thing to do is to get in. So let me go to my trades, right? So you would get in like this. So say you put in some trade, and then what it's going to do is create your orders on the screen for you. Like here, I'll do that again here just to show. So it'll create your automatic orders that you've set up in advance, right? So I have a take profit level at 69K giggity, and then I sell 25% at 1.38 million. So like in my experience, and of course not financial advice, but the worst thing I've ever done is like sell it too early and then it rips to high heaven, right? So having a strategy set up in place where you can just hit buy and then just walk away and let the strategy execute on your behalf, I find that's the best. And that's exactly what I did with Mac Mini. I hit the initial buy for 1 SOL, and then it had a take profit at 500K for 25%. It sold that. I saw that it hadn't taken the full initials out yet, so I sold another 25% manually and then just let the rest rip. So I'm currently up like 200% on that. So very nice on Mac Mini. And of course, this week again, we see River going crazy on the day, on the week. River's really been outperforming. We saw this last week with River as well, and then we see MYX as well again here, and Pax Gold. But in terms of majors, go ahead.
I see Maker over there doing a little bit, but nothing crazy.
Where's Maker?
River is actually making them big moves. But what is River?
What the hell is River? Yeah, did we look at it last week? XMR, PaxG, XAU, WBT. I don't even see it on this list here. Yeah, I think we looked at it last week briefly. River price, was there some staking going on? Look at this price chart. This is nuts.
Yeah,
We should have aped last week, I guess.
Yeah, it was 40 to 67.
River.inc. River is building a chain abstraction stablecoin system that connects assets, liquidity, and yield across multiple chains. That sounds Charlie Bull coded.
Powered by the Omni CDP stablecoin. Omni CDP, what's that? SAT USD.
Yeah, this is what we saw last week when we clicked on it.
Abstraction stablecoin.
Yeah, this is how far we got last week.
Oh, yeah. Did we even look at it? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. So I can buy River. Unable to proceed. Contact customer support on BNB chain.
Oh, yeah, it's the first project to launch on Binance Wallet. Okay, so it's pumped by Binance. That's what's going on here.
Okay. Yeah, this is Binance season.
Well, not that it's Binance season. If the Binance Wallet build key partnered with them, there's some yeah. I mean, and Binance has funds, so they're definitely pumping it. Interesting. So this came out in October even. That's funny. When everything was taking dumps, if you would have started accumulating River, you would have been rich. But it's okay. I mean, even in December, you could have bought it at this place if you were just accumulated it exactly. It's a crazy run. It's really nice for people holding River. Not to the point where I don't know. I saw this. There's a big correction here. We could really see. Let's pull it up on the chart. So Binance, that means it's available on PancakeSwap, which should be nice. Let me just double check that PancakeSwap. This is again really hard to know which one is real or not. So let's go to the CoinGecko page or some. You always want to use like some kind of official site to find their link because they would update here for sure. Okay, so and this is River, right? So let's look at River. It should be here. No, did I spell it wrong? Oh yeah, right here. Nice. Wow, that's really cool. And you could buy it on PancakeSwap. So now looking at the chart, we're gonna open up the research coins. I'm gonna add it here because this is
River's sitting at $67.67. It's got a fully diluted valuation of 2.9 billion.
It's on Bybit, which is it's just perpetuals. Binance perpetuals.
This is a 3 billion coin.
Everyone might see it's fine. Yeah.
Low liquidity, less than $1 million for liquidity.
Yeah. On the weekly, you can't really see anything. They just recently put it up here. Oh, yeah, this was the dip. And it's an omni, so it's on the wallet. You could use it to. This is interesting to trade stables, basically. This is also really interesting because like now the banks they want to give stables, but they don't want to keep the yield themselves. Meanwhile, in Asia, they don't care if you they'll take your stables and they'll provide yield, and you can't touch them. So that bill really was a stupid decision by the bankers to even put that in there. Like they should fire that guy immediately for even thinking, because it's like, okay, good luck competing with Binance.
Yeah.
And let Coinbase fail because of this bill. Like but I can't really find a nice one. It's just a perpetual. I guess we could look at the perpetual. It might be honestly
that should be fine. Yeah,
the longest chart. Yeah. I mean, it started ripping like in December. This is a very recent rip, and this is the only correction we've seen. It's on a bullish trend.
What's the market cap it's showing right now?
This, market cap right here is 621 billion.
Oh, okay.
Million.
Yeah, okay, that's a little bit better. So that means it has big unlocks coming. Is that the case?
Not really.
No, this is cake price, PancakeSwap.
Oh shit! Oh, sorry. You're right. River. There we go. There we go. Good notice. Good catch. Good. 1.3 billion. Wow. Now that's crazy. It's actually valued twice as much as PancakeSwap, guys. Which is I guess PancakeSwap is not really anything special. It's just a Uniswap clone.
Yeah.
So outstanding circulating supply 20 million, and it has 100 million. So it's 80% left to unlock.
So look out down below. When is the unlocks?
Draw out until 2030. They're gonna keep dumping on.
Yikes.
But before they can dump, they have to pump, and that's what we're seeing, guys.
So we can short it. We can short River on Hyperliquid.
Yes, yeah. This is actually a good shorting play to come. Exactly. Eventually, it's gonna top. You have to wait till it tops, and then you just start shorting, because what's gonna end up happening is, like all these new projects that release, it's just the only difference is these guys have the market makers of Binance backing it. That's it. But same play. They're pumping it. So to some top, it might reach, let's say, like 10,000%, which is 100x. That'd be crazy. They could definitely push it up there. Maybe it'll go to like $80 or something like here. But yeah, eventually they're just gonna. And the only way we could see that level is if we do some kind of Fibonacci on the correct. Like this is the only correction that was really big. So it's already did like so much. Like I'll show you. See, like it already broke the level, so it's like, and it used it as support. So there's like, I guess would have to do another fib retracement here. To see, and then we just have to. Okay, so here are the levels where we could start shorting. If it gets there, it's going to be a lot of gains, but 1.618, 2.618. These are big ones. That would mean it reached $100. Maybe we could do an alert on TradingView, short River. That's on Hype, and I never use Hype. So as Hype, maybe that would be my incentive to use Hype.
I could take a look on Hype to see if they have River. No, they don't. Yeah, they don't have River.
Then the way you would short it.
So where could you short it? What's the alternative to Hype? It's
Yeah, so I see it as perpetuals on Bybit, but what you can do is you can go to a lending protocol, buy a whole bunch of River at whatever market price it is, and then get a loan on it, basically.
Aster. That's the one on Binance is Aster. So you could probably short it on Aster, right?
You could probably short it on Aster. I never used Aster.
Let me see if I can log in.
And we're gonna call it message short. Try to short River on Bybit. I have Bybit, so I'll try it there.
Okay, yeah, we do have River on Aster.
It's a risky play, but you know, never hurts.
So yeah, let me see if I can short it here. So I want to deposit.
And if it does get to 100, let's just look at the gains these guys made, because they definitely bought over here for sure. Like
deposit to perpetual BNB account BNB.
Oh shit! So the gains these guys made, if they bought an average over here somewhere from $2, let's say they bought at $2.20 or something like here, $2. If it goes to $100, they made 50x, 47x, right? 4,700% is 47. Yeah. If it goes to the upper range, they would make 6,000. I mean, 65x. Okay, so yeah, I mean, bro, 50x, that's more than enough for them to start taking profits, and people would still have a hope. They would buy the dip, they would dump on them again, you know?
Yeah.
That's how they move. This is what we're trying to teach you guys. This is why the Moon Boys podcast is so important. You know, Ivan is an amazing guy. He brought us all together, and now we are a new breed of young, ambitious guys, you know, trying to make it as well. So we're actually looking out for these things. Yeah, Theo, especially, man. Shout out to Theo. He like really gets into the the digging. The last really cool one was Trump. I remember that we found together. So this, I'm not missing out on this.
That's right. That was crazy. That fateful day.
Not making that mistake again.
Okay, so let's short River with leverage, 5x leverage. Can I go higher? Let's go 20x leverage.
Do it like, oh, you want to do it right now? Man? You think this is it?
Yeah, why not? Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to short it with 20x leverage on cross margin. So I'm probably just going to get liquidated, but let's see.
Yeah.
Market sell order filled. Positions. Okay, so I've got my short position open. So where's my liquidation price? So if it goes to $69 giggity, I will lose everything. So I'm up $2 so far. So we'll check back in on that at the end of the show.
Yeah.
What else do we got to look at? So that was crypto bubbles. Nothing crazy popping out for me on the hourly. Nothing crazy there. We got Polymarket trending. Will there be another U.S. government shutdown by January 31st? We could blast through a weather report if you want to do that.
Weather report? Yeah, we could definitely do that. There was actually some a couple interesting things that happened on the news. Yeah, Trump last week, completely owned Greenland, and this time around he went to Davos and had a couple of complicated words thrown at him by the Canadian guy. What's his name, Theo?
Mark Carney.
Yeah, Mark Carney. He was like, "We will not bow down to this tyrant," in more complex words. And Trump obviously couldn't understand that. He should have just said that to him, but he just wanted to finesse his linguistic skills. But anyway, yeah. So Trump is angry now. he's angry at the macaroni and the cranny, right? So it's interesting. What we have here is a play again where Trump might dump the market again like crazy and let the market makers cash out, and then things might pump again. We'll see what he does, how much control he has. But all of this is, again, to our last week's conversation, is weakening the dollar even further, which should be good for, again, another buying opportunity for alts. Because if the dollar ever recovers, that's kind of like another signal for alt season, and we could look at that. Let's look at the Dixie. I don't know why they call it the Dixie. It's such a weird name. The dollar index, DXY. I guess I call it the Dixie because if you say it like in the
it's the Dixie. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what they call it.
Yep.
That's fucking funny. Yeah. So Biden did his historic. I guess we had the historic alt season kind of like we should have had it with Biden. And yes, I guess he brought it up. So this was the alt season right here. All of these sideways that we had, that being the last one right here. With the Trump meme coin. Every time the Dixie goes up is kind of when we have an alt season. And I believe there was a pretty good alt season here. I remember with Biden in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. But so yeah, you want the dollar to go up, guys, for alt season. And ironically, right now Trump is doing his best to destroy it. And what do we have? Not looking good at all. We broke this right here, sideline resistance level. We can't even hold it as support anymore. We keep getting resisted, and on top of that, now we're just getting resisted by the moving averages as well. So the dollar, guys, is going down. How much more can it go down? Yeah, will be interesting support level probably here. Looks like very big support level for the dollar, and you don't want it to break this. I mean, it hasn't been here since 2014. Let's look at the weekly chart, since this is a really long one. Even a monthly chart can show us a lot. This is the beauty about having a lot of data. So in the history of the dollar, not going back to before 67, which would be even better, but it's
6-7.
6-7, yeah. So the 1970s looked like it was a good, amazing time in America. But then the 80s, for whatever alts existed back in the day, this was probably the time to get into alts. Maybe gold, I think, was rallying like crazy here as well. Let's look at that. XAW. Oh, it doesn't even go back that far. Okay. Anyway. So
lean hogs.
The bottom we're looking at 80, 89. So that's another $10 drop in the Dixie. This looks like a big support, I would say, this range. And of course, if this breaks, then you're looking at over here, historic support. And this happened in 2008. Apparently, as you can see, people were really bearish the dollar in the recession. They thought that the dollar was done for, and then it kept getting crashed down. Is Trump going to take it back to that level? Are we going to have another recession going there? Again, I don't know how much they're going to print. So and how the printing will relate. Is the printing going to make this worse? Is it why it crashed all the way here? Because they had the biblical printing, I guess. So yeah, if it will have like a nosedive, or I don't know, look like 83 could be it. And then from there, I mean, any alts you buy, it's going to be amazing. Oh, this was another alt season now. Yeah, 2014 to 2015. Let's look.
It was before my time.
Yeah. Before my time, so 2014, 2015. Let's see. 2014. Oh, this is Bitcoin. Can't really tell. But I was like, yeah, Bitcoin was going down. I wouldn't really. Maybe Total 3 has that data. Nope. XRP. That's the one. XRP definitely has that data. I don't know if it'll have it on Binance. Nope. What is the oldest XRP? Does anybody know?
Oh,
where do we get these charts? Is it on Coinbase?
One of them should say like all-time history or something.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, because Coinbase relisted it. they just, oh my god, that's a crazy thing to do if you think about it.
Binance should have it though, yeah.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It's XRP Bitstamp maybe.
Or type like XRP history maybe. See if that comes up.
Bitstamp. There we go. Bitstamp never fails, guys. It's still alive. So yeah. Like from 2014, yeah, I went from 0.3 all the way. It was an alt season. But wait, sorry, what was it 2003 or was it? Just go back and check, double check. 2015. It was here, right? 2014. August, September 14 to May 15. September 14. Yeah. Yep. Guys, look what happened. XRP was at a half a cent, September 14, and up to March 15, even a little bit before, it went all the way to 2.5 cents. So Dixie is a pretty big predictor of alt season. That was a gain of 600%. Again, sorry for taking up a little bit too much of talking time, but yeah, looking at Dixie, it looks like it's going down. Looking at key support levels are here, 89 and 80. This is where it would be probably a good time to start accumulating alts. And now, any alts, like we just discussed, doesn't have to be. We don't know what's going to start riding. Could be memes, could be team tokens,
Chainlink,
could be finally Chainlink.
Athena, yeah.
Exactly.
XRP, not Doge though. Never Doge.
Could be Doge.
Okay, so
what else do we have on the news?
Do you want to do this weather report that's in the private chat?
Yeah. Let me just pull up my Discord.
You got to blast through it. No, it's in the private chat in StreamYard.
Oh, how do I get there? Oh, there it is. There it is. 130. All of them are okay. Perfect. Sorry, just 1 second. Let me just double check one thing. I wanted to see if all my files backed up. And it looks like they did. Yep, everything backed up. All right, cool. Let's go. So, BitGo's IPO goes live, trading just over $18. Publicly traded Solana DAT company, DeFi Development Corp launches a meme coin. I guess this is the second news, but yeah. So those two, BitGo's IPO goes live. Now, BitGo is the Trump. Is that the Trump?
World Liberty Finance?
No, well, I don't. Not
American Bitcoin?
Yeah.
No, Bitco's another one, I guess.
Oh, it's just another one. Okay.
Yeah.
So publicly traded Solana DAT company, DeFi Development Corp. Now DAT is that in a holding?
DFDV is DeFi Development Corp on the NASDAQ.
Oh, it's like an ETF?
And I think they're just a company. Publicly traded Solana DAT company, DeFi Development Corp launches a meme coin. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so they're like a treasury company. Digital asset treasury company. That's what a DAT is.
That doesn't sound too good, guys. They're taking your holdings and they're launching meme coins. Anyway,
Exactly.
It might be good, but it might not be good. Ledger looks to IPO at a $4 billion valuation. Oof, guys, we just discussed how clunky the Ledger is. I have a lot of friends that are like high Ledger supporters, but ever since they sold your keys to a third party and then kind of like didn't take that feature off if you didn't want to, and they were saying like, oh, it's not there, I already went sideways. So for them trying to IPO, that's not a good thing. It means that they're just trying to sell all their shares to you guys. They want to dump on you and get out in a way. And silver hits new all-time high. Yeah, so silver is a big one. I missed out on that one. I don't know why. I was buying gold in 2020, 2021. I was waiting for this rallies. Gold is going through the roof right now, also almost at 5,000. And silver, yeah, silver does the last minute pump before, sadly, the commodities. From my experience, I remember this last time as well, but it could be different this time. Yeah, once silver reaches the top, that's another good shorting opportunity, because usually silver is like, that's it, everything goes down from there. Talking about commodities, Bitcoin and versus gold, we had that open as well, and it's reaching a bottom. I don't know, did I have it up, or let me put up that chart right now. I'll do it. Oh, it's in research, I think.
I think I got it.
BTC,
Bitcoin versus gold here. So gold's outperforming.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
So put it up on like a monthly or something, or like weekly.
Let me try this again. BTC /X AU.
DT. Or actually, man, that might work. Actually, yeah. PAX G and BTC price. Yeah, that.
This should work here.
PAX G.
Yeah, I think it's the same chart. Yeah.
Yeah, they have PAX G on GTC, so it's like gold to BTC ratio right here on Binance. They have it. This is the perfect one. Yeah. So, oh no, this is not as historic. I can't believe I did a. Oh yeah, I was holding gold packs before. I guess I had this. It's pretty funny.
Here, I'll try to do the weather report in like the time the music goes. Okay, let me try it. You can do the.
You want to do the music?
I'll blast through it.
Because this is important. This is really cool, interesting.
Okay, go for it.
Is basically like a store of value, and Bitcoin has been undermining it. So it's been on a range since 2020. Here at the top, it reached before was 0.1 level, which is interesting. So I mean, it still has room to grow, which is, yeah, that means Bitcoin there's still room. There's still room for gold to outpace Bitcoin. Now this is where it gets tricky to understand this. Now, will Bitcoin drop in value and gold stay at 5,000? Could be the case, and this will just go to 1. Or will gold keep going up and Bitcoin stay the same value? That's where you're kind of the guessing game. But what my thing is here is, once we do reach 0.1, even here is looks like a resistance level of a range. But yeah, it could go above again. Let's see what happens. This is interesting to keep an eye out. Again, looking at a monthly chart, but on a weekly chart, we're hitting a resistance level here. If we break it, it's going to be a support, which is going to be a big thing for gold to get to that level. to retest it. You don't want this to happen. You don't want the gold to keep going and Bitcoin to lose, right? So eventually, what would happen is if this keeps going up and Bitcoin is a solution to replacement of gold, it should also start going up. This is why I don't believe like Bitcoin is going to have like a crazy bear market, because gold is performing so well and there's so much bullish signals here with gold. Again, silver is kind of like playing a catch up at the moment, but yeah, once silver really does like crazy spikes like it is doing now, it could be a top signal. So looking at this chart, it does look like there is resistance here. We could start going down, and if gold starts going down and the ratio is still kind of like not going down as fast, then Bitcoin is going to also go down. Kind of confirming everything. Anyway, back to silver. What's the silver price looking at? Do you have it?
103.
How do you what's it's like? How do you look at silver?
Just silver? It's called silver.
Silver, like that.
It's crazy up on the day. Actually, look at this. Just a god candle here on the daily.
Yeah. This is like the peak signals in silver. And this is going all the way from what, October 2022.
So where's the fibs? There it is. That looks like a decent fib section there. So next fib target would be 137.
Ah, there we go. XAG it's called. Yeah, wow. My God. Yeah, silver has been ripping. Crazy consolidation here. Held it as support. Kind of same thing as gold, ripping to a new all-time high. So it's pushing pushing like a full parabolic rally. What will this
banana
stop?
zone?
Let's see the fib level here. This is a big correction. Probably we already broke it. My God. Same thing with gold. Here maybe. Nope. This is gonna be a tough one. It's gonna keep going up until it peaks, and then the best thing we have is basically to look at is the trend indicator like SAR. And this was a fake out already here, so eventually it won't be a fake out.
For the fib, why don't you draw it from its current level all the way down to the previous low?
This one?
Yeah, like when you're drawing fibs, like that's, you could draw from its current level down to the previous low to find what it might hit next, right? Like its current level. No, like down at the very bottom of the chart.
Oh no, that's an expansion. You wouldn't know that until you wouldn't really know that, like from here to here.
I was going even way lower, like at the very bottom there. Yeah, like something like that. Yeah, exactly. All the way up to the current price. But you're going the opposite direction. Start at the top and go to the bottom.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember. But that's if you know what the top is.
Yeah, just like that.
That's just like if you think that's it. But this is not necessarily the top. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't really determine that. You could do it here, but then we're already like past those levels. You know?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Like it's like you could kind of do the math. Add 5 here, and then, but it's like it's going to price discovery. Eventually, it's gonna. So your best bet is following a trend indicator, like a weekly SAR, and once that hits bearish, that's how you know, like, guys, the commodities is probably done, and gold is probably gonna be done. So might be interesting. I might convert some gold into Bitcoin at that point. That might make sense. But yeah, back to the news. Sorry.
Okay.
That was literally there, like within the news, and it reminded me of this.
Okay, I'll jump in. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Looking over at that crypto roundup, the majors are down on the day with Bitcoin at 87.5K, Ethereum at 2850, and Solana at 121. Top stories today are BitGo's IPO goes live, trading just over $18. Publicly traded Solana DAT company DeFi Development Corp launches a meme coin. Insider trading allegations swirl as suspicious wallets profit off of the Don't token. Ledger looks at IPO at a $4 billion valuation. 4.7 trillion asset manager UBS to offer crypto services to clients. Silver hits new all-time high at $99, and uranium hits a local high. Platinum also hits a new all-time high. Farcaster co-founder clarifies that the app will not be shutting down after acquisition. Kansas proposes Bitcoin reserve. Binance partners with World Liberty Financial for USD1/WLFI promotion. Man sentenced to 12 years in prison after using Bitcoin to pay Chinese fentanyl suppliers. Fund manager cash hits new all-time lows, and Mega ETH's stress test goes live. That's all for the news today. Back to you in the studio. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that was the I'm wearing the glasses, so I'm deep diving.
Exactly.
Once I hit like that silver, I remembered like, guys, this is actually something we need to go over because
so you blast through the whole news and then you do the deep dives into the different sections that you want. Yeah, and you go back through it.
Nice. Okay, let me just remove the research stocks because I'm not gonna really use that. All right. I have these research coins, basically coins and stocks and commodities, everything. I think there's ways to do subsections here as well. Section, yeah, nice. So just call section 1, rename to stocks.
So what are we looking at here? This is silver?
Yeah, this is silver, but I'll also put the Saylor here. What's Saylor? Mr. MicroStrategy.
MSTR, yeah.
Yeah, and MicroStrategy.
I still haven't got into silver. I hold gold. I bought more gold recently, but I still haven't touched silver. Other than physical silver, of course. I have physical silver.
MicroStrategy looks like it's going to be price discovering to the downside, which is right here, $81.
No way.
MicroStrategy.
No, we've bottomed.
I don't think so. Look what just happened. We completely got rejected by the 200 weekly moving average twice. I mean, yeah, maybe we did bottom, but that's usually like,
that don't look good.
You know, last time we got rejected by the 200, it went to $15, and this was in 2022. Again, I don't know how good that is for Saylor, but I mean, eventually he'll break above it and hold it as support, and then that will be the time you would really want to buy. Actually, you want to avoid this completely. You don't even want to buy this, no matter what. Like trading this is too risky. People here are lucky that even went back up. They're lucky again and went back up. But here, even though you knew it doesn't matter, it's $47, you buy it back up. Like no matter what, you're getting a nice price and you have way more confidence that you're getting a higher risk reward to the upside. Versus here, where you're like, you buy here or you buy here, it doesn't matter where you buy, you're emotionally getting screwed so bad that the chances of you pulling the trigger and getting out and never looking at this is higher than here. It's an emotional game, trading, guys, and that's how you get shaken out.
It's short season.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, what else? Should we look at Ethereum and Solana, maybe?
So, I mean, I would just look at them individually.
Yeah.
I have it on my Trezor wallet, so I think I have it here. You know how they make you go? Oh, it's up W. Trezor. Solana looks like it's hanging in there by a thread, which is the 200 weekly moving average.
Ooh, that doesn't feel good.
Exponential moving average, yeah, and it got rejected by the 100. So still on a weekly trend. They didn't even flip it bullish like Bitcoin did, so it wasn't even a fake out. It just does not look good. I would say once this breaks, the next support is here at $78. But then once that breaks, you're looking at like $30.
Back down to $8.
Well, no, $30 for sure. $8 was really like, you're never going to see that again. I mean, that was like FTX, this and that. Like with this price, you might see $30, $45, $50. You might see $40 to $30. Again, these things will happen, I feel like, so quickly that it'll be like a flush. Like it might go to this level, 50, and then it might trade here, let's say. If if there's not going to be if Bitcoin's still going to be struggling, like, because Bitcoin might go here and then it might go here, like we discussed, and that might push Solana to here, right? Because alts drop more than Bitcoin, and when the market fell, and we're going to see something take off. Like, we're looking at gold to go up, so gold might hold 5,000 and everything might just start getting corrected, and that could be it. And then that could be like a 2-3 months thing. If you're not in the market, you think it's going to go even lower, you're done. And then Trump hits the printer with the new Fed chair, which very high chance he might do. Just going to print all these hard assets to infinity. Let's just, even XRP, like, this is hanging in by a very bad thread. Like, oh my god. This is after they've entangled with the chart, you know, because they lost they turned it off because of the lawsuit. But yeah, even with the new chart, it doesn't look good. This is the last minute support. Once this breaks, we're going back to 60 cents. I was telling a lot of people holding XRP. Guys, if you want to set your stop loss or an alert to really protect your money, the last chance for bulls is this bizarre level, 80K. You know, if Bitcoin breaks this, you know, holding stuff like XRP is not going to be any better. You're looking like it's going to go from, you know, from $1.80 back to 60 is way worse than.
Well, on the Moon Boys line, we've actually flipped bearish here, so I'm completely out of Bitcoin at this point. Really? Super bearish on the Moon Boys line.
Yep, it's done. It is.
Is this the bear market? I mean, this is looking pretty solid red here compared to the other previous red zones. So this entire bull market, this is the worst it's gotten so far.
Yep, and you also asked me to look at Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is kind of showing this glimmering support level, but I mean, like, don't get fooled with Ethereum, guys. Like, it's real support that I'm still looking at is like 1,000. That's when, if anything, I'll buy Ethereum at around $1,000, and I think it might get there again. Like, if Bitcoin starts dropping, and this is going to fail, then it's back to free fall price discovery to the downside. And the support levels are here. Well, not 400, but 1,000 for sure. 1,000. Oh, this is 1,300. Sorry, guys. So 1,300 to 1,000 is what good buy entries for Ethereum. Really good buy entries for Ethereum. But even here, like 1,800, it might start already it might start bouncing. So trading opportunities, I think Solana is a lot. Ethereum is a lot better than Solana. But they're kind of both doing the same thing. Just Ethereum has more potential bounce levels versus Solana. Kind of like the bounce levels are looking very steep. I would say if you guys want to trade any altcoins between those high caps, Ethereum is your best bet in the bear market to trade.
It's been that type of cycle. Matt Smead coded.
Yeah,
it's been like a Binance and Ethereum couple months.
Yeah, Binance is another token. That good thing to point that out. I have it in my Phantom wallet. Yeah, it's my Phantom. So I hate when I did so many lists. It's right here. No, not Phantom. Sorry, MetaMask. Yeah, MetaMask. BNB. Yeah, BNB has been holding beautiful. I mean, I probably should sell. I probably should put a stop loss on this as well. I didn't do that. It's in a bear trend, but it's still holding up, which is crazy. And yeah, for it to drop to this level, that's where I bought it at. Would be like a support even for for Binance. So okay, that's crazy, and that's like another 30% drop. So I might not even sell Binance, honestly. It's such a big, but it could be a good idea to take some profits off it as well.
The river short isn't looking too good here. We're down $20 on it right now.
Yeah,
with 20x leverage. It's creeping up to that 69 liquidation price.
Yeah, Binance also has something scary, but it kind of held the 200 price. So you guys can see how important this is. This is like the market makers were buying this level because they knew it's not like rocket science. You you know, like most of these guys who, my mouse is bugging out, were in the space for so long that they understand when something like this happens, when a lot of big players get in and buy the token to a certain level and then hold that price, that those guys believe in the team, they believe in the core foundation of Binance in a way, and they are holding this price, so those guys are not getting out. The moment those guys decide to get out, you don't know when they will get out. That's the thing. And then the price will just flush down. So like, let's say those guys start getting out now all of a sudden. Let's say this is something happens with Binance, they don't like it anymore, they all this stuff, they decide to get out. It'll be an instant crash, like boom, like to this level. And then from there, like it'll be another instant crash to this level. And because those guys are already out, this level is not going to hold this time, and it's just going to go all the way back to $30. That would be a very bad day for Binance. And yeah, moral of the story, or long story short, reason why this level is so important is because of those big guys that got in here. And if you look at my USD levels, these guys spent billions. The volume is which one is mine? Is it here? Oh yeah, right here. You could see it right there. $13 trillion. Is that billion or trillion? Billion. 13 billion, 7 billion, 9 billion, 10, you know? They accumulated a lot. Tokens here. Especially here. So many tokens were even traded right here. This level. Interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Ethereum, Binance have been a little bit better plays if you want to accumulate the bounces, because they look like they have a lot of bounce levels, especially Binance. I mean, 200, if it gets there, that's a beautiful buy zone.
Hell yeah. Any final thoughts there, Rom, before we wrap?
Final thoughts. I would say as the market goes its direction, which kind of looks bearish right now, you know, it's always good to stay calm and collective and humble. You know, I was watching a small video that basically said, you know, there's always something better. You know, like you admire a guy with a Lamborghini because you might not have a Lamborghini and he has, so you admire him because he has something really awesome that you want. And then the guy with the Lamborghini, he might be admiring the guy with the Bugatti because he has the Bugatti and the Lamborghini guy doesn't have it, so he wants that. There's always going to be something that you're going to want, right? And the bull market is something that we always want, but might not necessarily happen right away. And what you do want is you want to be humble and see what you do have, and make sure to not let your greed wash out everything that you've been working so hard to build in your life. So yeah, and to do that, you need to stay calm, collective, and humble.
Hell yeah. All right, on that note, are you okay to wrap it here? Do you have anything else?
That's about it from my end. Still testing Charlie Bull, so no crazy news yet, but come February there will be news with Charlie Bull. Yeah, I hope Axel was going to come in to see his crazy innovation, but yeah, we'll be looking forward to that as well next week.
Yeah, everybody will come back once the market comes back. It's a depressing day in the market today, I think.
Yeah.
But it's not quite bad enough for the trauma bond, where like we have 6 people showing up on the stream at the same time on like October 10th.
Yeah, everybody's
that was crazy.
What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Okay, thanks so much for joining us. This has been the Moon Boys podcast. Thanks, Rom, for joining, and myself, Theo. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.